Skynet was nearly defeated once every Terminator has been eliminated by the Resistance. Skynet knew that the only way to win this if they send back in the past an XH15, or as the rebels call it, X3. Will this be enough to conquer the heart of every thermal camera enthusiast? Who knows? The time travel from the future was successful, and the XH15 has arrived.
And it came with all these brand new and cool accessories. And this is going to be a long video, so get yourself some snacks, strap yourself in, and let's see what's inside these boxes. So first I'm going to take a look at the XH15 X3. It comes in the usual nice and safe package. There is a small sticker on it, indicates that this is the X3 XH15. Inside the box, nothing fancy, usual nice and clean with accessories and the cool carrying case. Envelope with the instruction manual, warranty card. So let's take a look at the camera itself. It comes in a very nice box. This box is much more stronger. I think they reinforced this box. It's much harder. Looks very textury in the outside, but it's like a hard case. With this, you can just hang it on your, I don't know, your belt or wherever you want to carry it. It's very nice. Now let's see the camera itself inside the box. Oh, it's very well built. Very well built. Ah, nice. Inside the case, there is the camera. There is a little pocket that holds the extension cable. Now, the camera itself. Let's take this out. Very nice looking. Has a nice plastic protector on it, removing it. Nice Xinfrared logo on there. The camera is absolutely nice design. And wow, this is incredibly small. This is a 384 by 288 model, and it's basically not so much bigger than the X2, which is 256 by 192. And if I compare the size with some older units, this is a T2L. The X3 is only slightly bigger than the T2L. This was the old 256 by 192. Still a good unit. I'm going to compare with the T3 Surge. The X3 basically, XH15 is going to be the successor of the T3 Surge, because the T3 Surge is being discontinued, it's already not being fabricated. If you can find it somewhere and you still want to buy it, you can still buy it. But I don't see too much point of it, because in my discount program, this is going to be cheaper than the discount on this one, and this is way more advanced. We are going to talk about the specifications a bit later. First, I'm going to unbox all the accessories and talk a little bit about the accessories. I'm excited, and this is insanely nice. I'm going to enjoy testing it. So let's put this aside for a second and let's unbox the smart handle. The smart handle have some interesting features. The smart holder is a very interesting new accessory. It basically combines the Picatinny shell, combines handheld holder, laser also built in this time, so you don't have to install it by yourself. Before, you have been getting this type of basic holder, no electronics, just a plastic handle with some modular parts. One part where the camera holds, one part where your phone can be. The laser was also separate with a Picatinny type of mount for sliding on this. That was the only way to have a laser. And if you wanted the Picatinny shell, that was also coming separately. Although the Picatinny shell was metal. But in the new smart holder, everything is in a nice integrated package. Let's see what's inside this nice box. Nice foam padding, lots of accessories. This is the smart holder. Don't know if you can see too much about it just yet. It's a nice integrated system. Comes with a battery. The time I got this unit was not available the Infiray branded battery, but by the time you will get it, most likely you will get with the Infiray labeled Infiray battery. This is 21700 5000 milliampere battery. You can add the battery here in the bottom with a nice secure door it has. You just open it, drop in the battery with the positive down, close it. It closes very firmly and very stable and strong. Doesn't feel cheap. This is a metal bolt. You turn it as long as you can, and then you have there a triple mount on the bottom. The cable is in. For the installation, this needs to be removed. 2 screws securing it. To house the X2 or the X3, you have the accessories in this little bag. All the tiny little screws and everything is in there. Now let's take out all the accessories. These are also some spare screws, spare gasket and spare doors in here. Oh, and you also get some screwdriver and an Allen key. That's all that's in this box. It is looking very nice. It holds very nice in the hand. The laser is built in. With this button activated. It's a nice rubbery button. We have here in the back the battery level indicator. If I press this, it will show you the battery level in 5 dots. Simple Xinfrared logo over there. Multi-out port. Then in here, this little rubber protector securing the screws to remove if you want to mount it on an airsoft or a gun or whatever. This is the Picatinny shell part. This is the new Picatinny shell. It's plastic, but it will be secure. It will more than enough for airsoft, more than enough for compressed air guns. It will be a perfect little accessories for your adventures. On the other side, you also have it. From this, you get 2 spare as well, as I see, or even more. Yeah, there's 2 spare. You get spare from everything, basically. All the accessories, all the parts that you can lose, you have like double. In this bag, you can find everything additionally. Let's quickly remove the Picatinny shell to see how it's looking. Comes off easy. There is inside a Picatinny mount. The same way you can mount it on your choice of toy. The Picatinny head itself also have a built-in lens protector cup that you can find simultaneously also on your camera as well. When you install it, you can remove the included one and use the one in the smart holder. Reinstalling it looking fairly simple. Tighten the screws back again. Make sure they are secure. Don't need to over tighten them. Just put back the protective cups and that's it. I will demonstrate the assembly a bit later. Now let's take a look at the smart screen, the TitanPad XK550. It's a dedicated Android mini tablet loaded with all the necessary softwares that the X2 and the X3 cameras needed. The packaging is very well made. Nice. It comes packaged like a phone, but it's not a phone. It's basically a phone-sized tablet. Let's see what we find here. It's a greetings, customer greetings card, thermal eye, razor sharp. They paid a lot of attention for the packaging and the design of the packaging, which is very nice. Simple. Ooh, very nice. I mean nice because it's insanely tough. It's made to resist drops from height IP68 and 69, which means it resists high pressure water, high pressure washing. You can drop this from extreme heights, beat the table with this, she's not gonna have any problem. Especially good because of the price is very low and it's even cheaper through my discount program. So why is this recommended? It doesn't have a phone access, doesn't have a SIM card slot. Well, basically it's very low cost, it's loaded with all the programs necessary for the cameras. And even if you have a phone, probably better to use something like this because you will want to protect your own phone. Especially when you're, I don't know, doing an observation, you receive a call, you will see it on the screen. On this one is separate, so you can dedicate this entirely for the camera. For the low cost, you don't have to worry about if you lose it or if you definitely not going to break it because it's made to be insanely tough. It's not heavy, it's reasonably lightweight. I don't know what is this exactly here, have some threading, some screw threading, so probably you can put some accessories on it. It's definitely worth it. If you compare it with a normal size phone, this is a normal size phone and this is the smart screen. The smart screen is a little lighter than a phone, feels tougher, feels much more well built, it's robust. Even if you already have a phone, this is a must-have accessory. In order to preserve your phone, have something that you don't need to worry about if you drop it. It has Wi-Fi, it has Bluetooth for the updates, of course. The MSRP of this unit is $99, but with my channel discount it's going to be much lower price. If you have seen my other videos, you know I always have discounts for all these Infiray cameras continuously. I will leave the link down in the description for my Discord channel where you can contact me about the discount. In this video, basically I'm showing all the accessories. I will create a second video where I make much more tests, much more in-depth reviews about these units, but I will do my best to give you as much information as possible about these units. About ports, it has only one single port, one USB Type-C port. It's protected by this gasket. No speaker, no volume rockers, just a power button. It's a nice and simple basic screen with an operation system on it for the camera. Now let's turn this on. The screen is nice and bright. With the naked eyes I cannot see the pixels, so the screen resolution is also nice for the size of the screen. For the first start, you probably will have to go to the help. In that menu you will find the update, software version, software update, and check if there is a latest version. Simple as that. Then just connect the camera. When I connect it, the Xterm logo will illuminate on here. The focus ring on this is very nice and gives you a good feeling of stability. You can see every little piece. You can see as my sweat glands are evaporating and changing. It is very nice. Wow, the details are insanely nice. But I'm going to show you some tests with this also later. First, quickly, let's talk about the software of this one. You can have different modes like plain, jungle, bird watching, rain or foggy weather. According to that it will change. I think it changes contrast, or exactly I don't know what it does change. But as you can see, this is jungle. This is bird watching. It's probably going to focus on much more stronger heat sources. Fog is calibrated to see through the clouds and fog and rainy weather with the most optimal settings. Probably it's like these are basically presets of sensitivity and all kind of important things. Plane. This plane is increasing the zoom. This is what you get. Then I go back to city. This was the color palette I was using. You can have hotspot, heat spot tracking. As you can see now, there is a small plus. It's tracking the hottest point on the screen. The 60 Hz makes it insane. It's reacting immediately, absolutely fast, even compared to the X2. the frame rate noticeably much faster. You can record videos, take photos and check the recordings with the photo gallery. With this you can adjust the reticle. You can use it with the Picatinny mount, exactly the same as you would do that on the phone version. You can change the reticles to different types, different colors, shapes. With double tapping the screen you can put in full screen mode. It goes back to the same way. For some reason I like more the black hot, but this is also a very popular and very nice color palette. In the settings there is not so much to see. It's very similar to the Android version, because now I figured out this tablet has a base Android operation system, but it's a very cut down version, doesn't have anything else, just this program for the X2 and the X3. So it's a very simple, very simplified, absolutely useful smart screen, literally made for these cameras. As soon as you turn it on, the program goes on. This is very simple, absolutely useful. I love this screen. It's very, very useful, especially if you don't want to sacrifice your phone on an outdoor trip or something. This will be a lifesaver in many ways. The other accessory I'm going to outbox last is also related to this one. With this system, with this set, also ecologists can use it for observing animal wildlife. Temperature settings also possible. You can turn on the temperature display, but the temperature, if you choose temperature display, it will reset the program. It goes down to 25 Hz. You can see the jelly effect immediately. It's measuring temperature, also probably not accurate. So I urging people not to complain about the precision of the temperature measuring. These are not made for temperature measuring. It has its rated accuracy of ±2 or 3 Celsius. Usually it will show you that kind of range, like 2 or 3 Celsius more or less than the real temperature of the object. Even if it's off by much, doesn't matter, because the created image will be visible and will be nice. So it's not something you should really complain about. When you're buying this kind of devices, you need to know that these kind of devices are not. If you want to buy something with high precision temperature measuring, you will definitely go with a T3 Pro. It will set you around $900, of course much cheaper with my discount program, but it's a lot of money. If you want accuracy with high temperature measurement, with higher resolution, you have to pay up. That's a different type of settings. This is made for observation, made for creating a nice and sharp thermal image for you that ±2, 3, 4, whatever Celsius difference will not affect the image quality. The image quality is based on the sensitivity of the device, which is 25 millikelvins, which is insane. This is the first 25 millikelvin phone attachable device that you can hold in your hand, which is insane. Compared to a 50 millikelvin unit, this will give you a much more clearer, much more contrasted. It's like basically it's thermal contrast, you can say. So that's the thing about this type of devices. When you buy them, you don't buy them for laboratory precision temperature measurement. You buy them for give you a clear image of an observation of an object hiding in the dark, or as you can see, leaving my fingerprints on the table, that you can see that I was here a few minutes ago touching this object. So someone was touching your favorite toys. As you can see, there is many different reticle options as well, in case if you want to put this on an air gun. Also, one more thing to notice in this, when you record in videos, it will record in, I think it will record in 30 frames per second, even though the camera is 60 frames per second. So unboxing the last device is the laser rangefinder, the TM600 Bluetooth rangefinder, which I'm going to connect. This is the option to turn it on, to enable it, and I'm going to show you the device itself. So stay with me. And now here is the final accessory, the LRF TM600 laser rangefinder with a 600 meter range with a 1 meter accuracy with 20 centimeter increments. This is an insane accessory. Inside the box you will find a small certification sticker, a small user's manual. There you can see a 38 gram, very small, using a 905 nanometer laser. It's basically infrared, invisible. Accuracy, it's saying here, plus minus 1 meter, using a 3 to 5 volt connection to power up. Operation temperature minus 20 to 50, like usually every device like that. Measuring range 5 to 600 meters. 600 meters in this tiny little thing. That's insane. Bluetooth 5.0. In my case, the cable that should be coming with it is missing out, but it's a Type-C male to Type-C male cable, so both sides is Type-C male. I think it's a 10 centimeter cable. What orientation the heads are, I don't know, so I will have to improvise in this case. So this is the laser rangefinder. It's incredibly small. It's looking insanely nice, very well built, strong. Has the Picatinny mounting here, so you can mount it separately as well. There is a Type-C port. Uses for the data transmission using Bluetooth 5. Just to give you an idea how small is it, this is the camera, which is already small, and it's the same size as the camera, a 600 meter laser rangefinder, small as a camera. As you can see, the T3 Search is almost bigger in size. It's wider, it's about the same, also heavier than the rangefinder itself. It's insane. That's such a small device. So just for the sake of a quick test, I'm going to power the laser rangefinder from a phone, because I only have one USB port. Once I assemble everything, I will show you everything in a complete kit, but for now, just to make a sense, how does the laser rangefinder look like. So you have to go to settings, go to the Bluetooth, shows up in here, this Chinese text in this case, immediately connected. Now the device have connection to laser rangefinder. So once I'm going to move this, I can turn on a tiny little point. You can adjust approximately where is your center of your laser rangefinder. In this case, it's not centered because it's not installed on the smart holder itself yet, but in the corner here you can see the distance already. So if I point to the other side of the room, as you can see, measures around 6 meters. To the other way we have around 2 meters. I move it back. It's about accurate. I moved like 30 centimeters, it changed about 30 centimeters, so it's quite accurate, not so bad. This is around 2 meters between me and the wall, so it's probably more, in this distance, more than 1 meter accuracy. Probably at 600 meter distance you will get that 1 meter accuracy that is being stated. It's very nice. Especially for the price I can provide you, this is going to be an insane device for you. With my channel discount you can get this in an absolute, the full kit you can get an insane low price, which will be much cheaper than anything else you can buy together, and it will give you an insane user experience. Now before I assemble this, let's take a look at the specifications of the XH15 X3. So here we are with the specifications. First thing we can see here immediately is the resolution 384 by 288. It's a very decent resolution to thermal cameras these days. Pixel size is the usual 12 micron. Sensitivity is the insane 25 millikelvin. That is huge. In the part 2 of this video I will compare it with the T3 Search, where you can see the difference between 25 millikelvin and 50 millikelvin is big. Lower this number, higher the thermal sensitivity. That means clearer image, better thermal contrast. So the XH15 has the best thermal sensitivity among every single USB thermal camera in the world. Operating band is, I see a mistake in this print, it's 14 micrometer, not 4. So 8 to 14 micrometer, which is the long wave infrared territory. Frame rate is 60 Hz, which is again the fastest among every single USB thermal camera on the market. And no, it's not some sort of fake frame rate. This is the app I'm using for Android phone called USB Camera. You can find it in Play Store. That if you connect a USB Type-C thermal camera, it will show you the frame rate, the correct frame rate, and also the video output format, which is a super helpful information if you want to DIY this type of cameras on a drone. Operating and storage temperature is basically showing you the lowest and the highest safe operating temperature for this kind of devices. Power consumption is 480 milliwatt, which makes it slightly more efficient than the T3 Search, but more about that in part 2. Processor, just like the P2 and the X2, using the self-developed ASIC chip. It uses a 15mm lens with an f1 aperture. Field of view is 17.25 degrees. Focusing is manual as usual for this type of cameras. In measurement mode, the measuring range is 0 to 100 Celsius. It will still display below and above that, but this range refers usually to the guaranteed range of the stated accuracy, which is not stated in this print, so I assume it's like plus minus 3 Celsius. But this type of thermal cameras are not made for correct measurements, these are made for observation. If you want a precise thermal camera, you will buy a thermal camera that is advertised for being precise and made for professional use. Otherwise, there is no logical reason to complain about its accuracy when you are using it for measuring something, because this is not made for that. As for dimensions, it is smaller than the T3 Search, and for the weight as well, the weight also lower than the T3 Search, but more about that in part 2 as well. So the main big advantages are the 60 Hz frame rate, 25 millikelvin sensitivity, able to detect heat source from 1500 meter distance. It has a couple of emission presets that you can switch on the app, and the so-called tactical grip, I call it smart handle, that is modular and you can change accessories at your will, which is insanely cool. So this was the specifications. Now that everything is together here, the smart screen, the laser rangefinder, the XH15 aka X3, and the smart holder. Now let's put this all together to create the
ultimate device.
Starting by preparing the space for the XH15, you have to unscrew the USB-C cup. You need to be careful with these screws because they're very easy to lose. Fortunately, Infiray got you covered. Spare parts for every single plug, plastic covers, screw, even for the Picatinny lock. As you can see, this cable is made for the X3 aka XH15, but if you order it for the X2, because this smart holder also works with the X2, also the screen works with the X2 as well, you will get the appropriate cable, because obviously the spacing of the USB location, it's different for the X2 than for the XH15. Protector cup is removable as well, but I recommend using this protective cup on it as it is. When you assemble it, you're not gonna lose this, definitely. Let's place the XH15. You have to remove the protective cup that comes with the XH15. If you want to use the one that is on the holder itself, then you place the XH15 in it, like this. It has its fixed place. Connect the XH15 with the cup. You can see internally that it's connected like this. Place the two easy to lose screws. It's tight and secure, but this is still not fixed yet. Now you have for that this accessory kit here. It has a gasket as well, makes it splash and rain proof. You have to install this. Despite it has a little resistance, you have to push it through. You have to apply a little pressure to close it. Now these little rubber rings are also going over the screws, I guess. I guess you just have to put it on the screws. You just have to repeat that 4 times. I have the X3 XH15 installed inside the head. Now let's install first the laser rangefinder. Put this on. Easy enough. Now it's also there, very tight and strong. Now let's place the smart screen in it. The phone holder part is plastic as well. This is a rubber pad in it. Rubber pad here, rubber pad there, on both sides. This can be extended very far, so you can place larger phones even with case in it. But in this case we are going to use the smart screen with this, which is very lightweight. Everything is very light, since the housing of this is not made of metal and the shell also not made of metal. It's going to reduce a lot the weight. The smart screen also very lightweight. If you would put a bigger phone, that would be like 3 times heavier than the screen itself. So this is a very, very nice option. So like this, everything is on. It's basically the size of a handheld thermal unit, but of course they have less functions than this kit. Just connect it here. This has inside the 5000 mAh battery, which is capable of reverse charging. So basically you can charge the phone. This will make sure that you can use it for long hours and recording. Connect and you're good to go. You see, it's already reverse charging it. What else we have to do is connect the laser rangefinder, because it's Bluetooth, so we just need to power it. Just connecting as power socket here. In the other side of the holder, you have another Type-C port. Very simple, all you do is just plug it in easily. And it's all connected. Now let's turn on it. Comes on nicely and it's booted up. I think I have to connect the laser rangefinder separately, which is already here. Now we have laser rangefinding capability. Oh, and one more interesting thing I just noticed. The laser rangefinder itself also have laser, which you can activate here just by tapping this. And you can see not easy to see, and you have also on the holder a built-in one, so you have like 2 laser points. You can project here 2 laser points. And now I'm going to do some tests with this. It has an 8 GB total system memory. It will let you have around 4 GB of recording space, but since it's recording in very low resolution, like in this case recording the pixel resolution of 384 by 288, the size of the videos are very small, so you can record many hours of videos with one single stand. In a second video I'm going to make a much more deeper dive into the camera, comparing it with the T3 Surge that is now being discontinued, is already not being fabricated, and mostly only third-party sellers are selling it, probably in an exaggerated price. So I suggest not to buy them from third parties anymore, because this is going to provide you a much better experience, much better. This is the direct replacement of the X3 with much more advanced features, and the full kit as it is, I can provide you on a discount so big, so nice that nobody else can match it. So let's see how does it look like in real life usage. So let's check the approximate precision of the laser rangefinder. This is a laser distance meter with a precision of 1 mm up to 250 meters. This building in the front is going to be the first target. 44.6. This was the point where I made the measurement. Shows 44.1. Next target, that spot in the parking slot. About 99 meters. 98, 98.5, 98.5. Yes, it's very, very precise. What we have to look for is that green cross. The green cross, the small green cross, is going to be the approximately center of the measurement. It's about the 99 meter that it should be. Very nice. There, approximately that location is what I usually use for the filming, around 160, 150 meter. So yeah, let's see, the cross 150, approximately this is 150, 160 meter. And the far end is around 350 meter. 350 meter, and you can see very nice everything. The parking downstairs, let's see, is around 57 meter. Nice. So these are my usual distances I always use for every cameras. But finally, thanks for this awesome laser rangefinder. You can see the distances exactly, and you know that when I'm using any camera, approximately what distances you get. This was some initial superficial testing, and as part 1. In part 2, I will do a super deep testing and focusing on the main hardwares and comparing side by side the XH15, aka X3, with the T3 Surge, with a lot of recordings in different scenarios, including short circuit detection, indoor and outdoor scenarios. My first impression about it is it's a very well imagined and engineered kit, well built with lightweight and practical materials, easy to use and assemble. The XH15 X3 is the best 384 by 288 I have tested yet. The full metal body of the camera, the 25 millikelvin sensitivity and true 60 Hz frame rate elevates it well above the other 384 by 288 models on the market. The smart screen is super practical for its simplicity, and it serves the intended purpose 100% right, which is to provide the display for the X2, XH09 and the XH15 X3. IP68 and 69 and high impact resistance and lightweight. The laser rangefinder has a very impressive 600 meter range, even displays beyond that, easy to calibrate, and I think the smallest laser rangefinder on the market. Also a Bluetooth 5 connection to the host app. The smart holder is very ergonomic and super comfortable to hold, housing the 5000 mAh 21700 type battery that is also included, and which will reverse charge the phone, doubling the battery life of your smart screen, and powering the laser rangefinder as well. And its removable protective shell is similar to what you get with the T3 Surge, modular and clever. The entire kit is super impressive and absolutely lightweight for considering how many accessories you have in one piece. It's basically lighter than the old style basic holder with a shell and with a phone on it and with the camera on it. Was still heavier than this entire kit with battery and screen and laser rangefinder and camera and shell and etc. A lot of things in one single unit packaged, and it's absolutely useful and nice. I love it. Easy to say that it has become one of my all-time favorite, and it can become your favorite gear as well thanks to my discount program on the lowest price on the planet. All you have to do is join my Discord server, invite link is in the description, where you can send me a private message telling me which camera model you would like, and I can arrange you the crazy discount prices. I have this discount program now over 2 years with hundreds of happy buyers, and you are welcome to join the Clean Unbox Club and become a proud thermal camera owner to see the heat and see the invisible. So this was part 1. Part 2 will come right after this. So best to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will get the notification immediately. I will also put the link for the part 2 in the description of the part 1. I hope you like this video. If you do, a subscribe would help me out greatly, and see you in part 2.